How's it going, everybody? This is Adam from the Ohm Sweet Ohm Podcast. Thank you for listening. For $14.95, you can come into any one of our Stogies vapor shops and buy a T-shirt. That T-shirt saves you 10% each time that you wear it into the shop.
Can you go to our new Waco location?
Oh,
yeah, shout out to Waco.
Yeah,
what
breaking
up?
news. We opened up another vape shop. Waco, Texas has a Stogies vapor there. Be sure to check that out.
Yeah, welcome, Waco listeners.
Yeah.
Welcome.
But in this episode of the podcast, guess which prominent retailer banned cigarettes from their store?
Well, guys, you know how we were always talking about injuries from mods. Mine happened today. What happened? Find out.
And I'm very disappointed in all of you. All of you. Every single vapor out there. You guys are not pulling your part.
Me?
You too.
Oh, shit.
I'm mad.
Shit's
I'm mad,
serious now.
and I'll tell you why I'm mad.
And that's in this episode of the podcast
Which starts?
right now.
Shut up and sit down.
For this episode of Ohm Sweet Ohm Podcast.
There we go. How's it going, everybody? This is Adam from the Ohm Sweet Ohm Podcast. To my right and left, I do have Shannon and Joshua. Say hello, guys.
What up?
You can go ahead, Josh. Okay, Joshua says hello. He's just
What
staring
up?
me down.
You don't tell me what to do.
It is Monday, the 2nd of May, 2016.
Yeah.
May flowers bring pollen. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
It's
Well-
April showers bring May flowers. That's how it goes.
You really
Did
botched
it.
that one.
No, I knew what it was. Dude, I'm tired of all that rain anyway. I'm glad it's
Yeah, I'm
gone.
done with it. I'm done with
Forget
it.
all that cold, dreary stuff. I'm ready for some nice sunshine. Put my top down in my car, go cruising, get a little tan going on. I'm pumped.
So
But my car's not working.
summer's going to hit. And he's going to be like, dude, it's just way too hot for this.
Yeah.
It's just way too hot.
No. Working here, I used to work out in the sun.
Dude,
It was bad.
I was a roofer. I get it.
Okay, that's got to
I
be
get
like, I know. I mean, I worked at the park. I did weed eating 8 hours a day. I mean, from 7 in the morning until 3, but that's it. I mean, it sucked, but it's no roofing.
Roofing's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, you've had those weird, like, super early jobs. Like,
Yeah.
What did you work at the hospital?
Okay, when I worked at the hospital, my shift was 4 a.m. until noon. And so, yeah, wake up at 3, be at work at 4,
Couldn't do it.
bust ass for 3 hours, and then pretty much chill for the rest of it. I mean, the first 3 hours were rounds, and we had to draw everybody's blood in the hospital.
For those of you who don't know, Adam is actually a doctor.
Yes.
And he quit.
We call other doctors idiots because they
Dr.
are.
Professor. Dr. Professor Adam.
Yeah, so he quit that profession to become a vapor full time, and it's worked out just fine for him.
It's been pretty rewarding. He has a beard.
He grew out his beard and started vaping, telling
So-
other doctors they're idiots.
So since we're going for the viewers, I'm going to go ahead and mention this. The first time I met Adam, he took my blood.
Aw.
Yep.
Back in the day.
I was like,
While he was sleeping.
I think I
just
remember.
like,
Yeah.
middle of the
Just
night,
like-
broke into his house.
He's just like, I was like, all right.
So you want to hear about the first time I ever hung out with Adam?
I do. Let's hear that.
This is all allegedly.
Yeah, so
Hearsay.
we were in 4th grade together, and I don't know what we were yapping about, but he's like, "You want to come over after work?" All right, yeah, after work.
You wanna come over
4th
after work?
grade, working hard, roofing
Right
too.
in them sweatshops.
Yep. Making those shoes you're wearing right now.
Thanks, by the way.
For those of you who don't know,
Roofing.
Yeah, Shannon is wearing some nice. It's not pink.
Pink. It's fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Under Armour.
Fuchsia Under Armour. For us colorblind people, it's pink.
It's light red.
We'll go with that. It's light red, pink shoes.
Yes.
So anyway, he's like, "Hey, you want to come over after school?" I was like, "All right, cool." We go and start hanging out, playing video games or something. Probably Zelda. I don't remember what it was, but we started playing like right away, and so I didn't know that he had chores or whatever he was supposed to do. His mom.
I didn't have chores. She's just making shit up, trying to
Yeah.
make me look busy in front of company. I was like, Mom, you need to chill out.
That's not how it happened at all. Nope. So we were there playing. His mom comes home from work, and she was like, "Adam, come in here right now." And so I go.
It was Laura's fault. She should have told me to do my homework.
Yeah, and so I'm not really trying to hear what's going on, but I kind of hear a little bit of it, and he's getting chewed out for not doing his homework and not cleaning or something, and he just gets yelled at. And so next thing I know, I go in there. Adam's all teary-eyed and crying and stuff.
She beat me up, man. That's what you didn't hear. She whooped me.
That's what I thought of Adam the first time I hung out with him. Just a little crybaby that got in trouble for not doing something. Poor little fella.
It wasn't on my itinerary. If it had been on there, I would have gotten it done. But she set up a trap. She knew I was going to have a friend come over and try to embarrass me. Thanks, Mom.
She's a listener, right?
Yep.
Vaping. Why does your mom vape yet, man?
I don't know.
Never gonna
She's
do
part.
it.
Yeah, she thinks that it's bad for you. One of those.
Give her all the science.
She's a nurse. She has it at her disposal. I mean, she's at the front line of it. And she doesn't.
She's like, I'll stick with my cigarettes.
Yep.
Oh, so what you gonna do because over here they've been doing those sweepstakes places. It's basically like legal.
I haven't gotten to talk to her about it, but yeah, I want to.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
That bread and butter.
Not even that. She just loves to do that. I mean, she loves to go and play. And, I mean, I like to play video games. She likes to do that. You know what I mean? That's just her sort of video games.
Kind of like old ladies with bingo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I get a few customers in that do that. They love it. Like, they are.
Diehards.
Yeah, like, they'll be like, all right, here's one bottle of Enigma. You can get this, and, I offer them other things. And they're like, well, no, I only spend this much money because I have to keep this much money for my sweepstakes money, and I'm gonna go tonight and make. This is gonna turn to $300, and like they're sold. They know they're gonna win that night or whatever. They're on it, but it can get addicting, I guess. I mean, I've bet a few things here and there.
Yeah, me too. Like here and there.
I don't have that in me, though. I mean, I'm real frugal with my money. I mean, if there's no 100% guarantee me getting my return on it, then I don't want to do it. It just feels like gross. It's just like, here's money that I might not get back. No, fuck that.
No
I don't want
way.
to do it.
That's not what it's about. It's about I might get tenfold my money.
See, I get it. Like, the thrill of the hunt is always fun, but not when it comes to money, bro. Not for me.
I think I'm going to stick with my scratch-offs if I'm doing that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll spend $10 to potentially win $10 back.
see, if I go get gas and I'm like, I'll just get a lottery ticket. I usually just get like the dollar one. But that's it. Nothing in particular. I don't know any of the names of any of them. I'm not real. I want the whatever blah. You know, I've known people that do that. They want to get
one, the whatever blah.
Yeah, dude.
big.
Because I've seen people that go and get 100 of the whatever blahs, and then they fucking win. But they spend $100 to get 100 tickets.
That's because they got 100.
Yeah. And they,
Oh, I get it. But
they spend
that's
100. Like, I won $70.
we see, and that's
Woo!
what is it? My mom said, play big, win big, and that's just how she plays.
Nah.
And I can't do it.
I'll play very little, and I might win.
Yeah.
but I also don't lose big. Like supposedly, again, I'm not a doctor. I have to refer to.
Oh, it's okay. I am. You can go and ask me any
that's right.
questions.
Dr. Professor. Adam.
Professor Adam. I guess there's some kind of reward center in your brain that triggers where, just that little time you're scratching off the ticket where you could win, it sends off little endorphins and stuff.
You mean that dopamine?
Yeah, the dopamine. Get my fix right there. Let's vape dopamine. Can we just get that?
Can we do that? Is that
Yeah.
hey, scientists, make your shit happen.
It comes from the dopamine flower, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
But it gets you all amped up and just
Game
that,
time.
I guess there's a lot of video game, or not video game, more of the like the phone games that they're plugged into, any way that they can get you to think that you're going to win and keep that dopamine flow going. And that's how they do that stupid little dollar purchases here or there. And
Contest of Champions.
yeah.
Or like, you get energies and stuff like that. Then, you can get a refill if you pay blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dude, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Give it $20.
Dude, I only spent $18
Yeah,
today.
and I got tons. And yeah, I only spent $15.
Of intangible, like,
Right.
things. There's nothing that you can
But
actually...
look at my screen. I have a bigger number than I had before.
I have a better rating now.
that I can show you. I'm like, ooh. Show off to my friends that you're.
Check out this 5-star I got.
One day you're gonna get me into it, and I'm gonna be hooked. I know it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's
how it
fun.
works with Josh.
I got really like hooked on this
Phonics.
wrestling game. It's a
WCW
card game.
Revenge.
Oh, you talking about that WWE card game?
Yeah, the card game
yeah.
that's on iPhone. I believe it's on Android as
It's on
well.
Android as well.
Dude, it's pretty fun.
Speaking of card games, this weekend, I went to Dallas. I went there for a horror convention. My significant other, Carmela, she's a big horror nerd. She likes all those scary movies. The bloodier, the better. She likes Chucky and Halloween and Leatherface, all those guys. Anyway, why are you smiling over there?
Because I was going to say a name, but that would have been the fourth time.
No.
But I'm not going to say it. Somebody's going to trick me.
He's talking about the man of sugar goods. So we know.
And then he'll pop out a mirror somehow.
Before the podcast, Adam has already said the name Candyman 3 times.
Yeah. I can't say it two more.
For Yeshua.
I'll say it. Candyman. Candyman.
Do it in your
for?
front-facing camera.
What's for?
Do it on your front-facing camera. Say it 5 times.
Like, brr.
Dang. No
Dude,
way.
they need to do another one like that. Another man movie. What was that? An elephant?
You know, when it comes to Candyman, I really think that
He's real.
like you're just gonna hold up your front facing camera and there's gonna be like a white van with no windows in it in the background. That's what I think of when I think of
You
Candyman.
think a hook's just going to come straight through your USB port, pull you in?
It might. Shit.
So I can go into the Matrix at that point.
There's,
That's how that works.
I know there's 2 reasons Adam hates candy person.
Getting close, huh?
Yeah, because 1, he's scary. 2, he's pretty much made of bees.
Yeah.
Adam's terrified of
Dude,
bees.
scared of bees.
Especially trying to fight off a swarm of bees.
What do you think we could, if we had a man candy?
Man candy, that's me. You talking about me?
E-juice. I don't want to say it the other way because it's getting dangerously close.
I mean, there's already
Is it honey and what else could we put in there? Honey and
blood.
yes,
Yes, the blood of our enemies.
honey and mirror shards.
So you could just do honey and tiger's blood at that point. Call it Candyman.
Sounds good. How many times have you said it?
Candyman, 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 Candyman. So we'll just clear that out.
Okay.
Game
Just,
on.
look,
Game on.
you better not call in tomorrow because you're dead. Okay. We're not going to accept it.
You can't wake up dead.
So we went to a horror convention. That dude was there.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of other big names. Old
Okay, so who was the biggest?
Frederick Krueger.
He was the biggest?
Probably.
No, I mean, not like fame-wise, but I'm talking about like who would fight? Who would win in a fight out of all of those characters,
It'd
like
be
in real life?
between Candyman and Kane Hodder, the guy
Okay.
that played Jason. But the guy that played Jason,
Is old.
yeah, he's old. He got like he's got some miles on him now. I know he won't be catching any campers running away from him. 'Cause he was moving slow. Like the people ahead of us to get his autograph, they were. She had like a boot on. She messed up her ankle or whatever, and so he was sitting down the whole time. The Candyman guy, what's his name again?
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd. He was standing up, like getting pictures with everybody. That guy is huge. He's like, I'd probably say like 6'5", 6'6". He's a biggin'. But Kane Hodder was just chilling, sitting down in his little booth. But he ended up finally getting up for the people ahead of us because, like I said, she had a boot on. So once he got up very slow, and it looked labored. He was playing it off well, like he was like talking to people while he was getting up, and I could still tell it was hard for him to move around. He was poor guy, but it'd be between those two. In their prime, I got Kane Hodder. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a big, thick dude.
Yeah, I read that's why he didn't play in Freddy vs. Jason because they wanted someone way bigger than Freddy, and Kane Hodder just wasn't big enough, and so they got some new actor or whatever. It's weird that no one ever that they had so many different actors before him play Jason, because when I think of Jason, that's who I think of, Kane Hodder. But then again, I didn't start watching Friday the 13th until like he was already him.
Established. Yeah, I think it was part 8, right? Jason Takes Manhattan was his first one?
No, I think he started in
7?
7.
Okay,
Maybe,
so...
no, I think he did like... Yeah, I did like 7, 8,
And then Freddy's Dead, the final line. Not Freddy's, the Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, and he also did Jason X, where he's in space.
Oh, yeah.
I
That
wonder if
was
he fought the leprechaun up there. Dang. Did they ever say how he got back from space? I don't remember that movie very well.
No, that he pretty much like crashed on this planet. And it was crazy because whenever it's showing them crash, like it shows like a camp, like, oh, look, a shooting star.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Jason's going to land there and fuck him up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I like Friday the 13th a lot. Halloween was always my favorite.
Dude,
the original John Carpenter's Halloween.
The guy that played Michael Myers in the second Halloween, I didn't know they changed Michael Myers either.
Yeah.
But he was there. That guy was a little old man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looked like probably about 60 years old. He was 5'5", 5'6". He was tiny looking. And so I don't know if he just shrank or they just did some Tom Cruise camera tricks.
I don't know, man. He was pretty strong in that part too. He did
that's where he
walk
walked
through a
through
glass.
Wasn't he also in Austin Powers? No, Mike Myers.
I was like, oh, boo.
Everybody, that joke was provided by Shannon.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Please send all your lols to Stogies Giant on Twitter.
Yep, at Stogies Giant. We'll do that _ shit.
Good joke, Shannon. Good joke.
Yeah, the first one, I think it wasn't until I bought the DVD when DVDs first came out.
87.
Oh.
87, probably like
So the
99,
sometimes
2000. And it said that they had hired a special guy. So whenever they unmasked Michael Myers for a certain scene in the first Halloween movie, they had a special actor that they had for the unmasking, some Italian, like...
Will they take off his mask? Like, bugga, bugga.
No, some Italian, what is it? Yeah, he was kind of like a model. But they got him to do that. But that was it. They had some other guy. But it was weird because his walk was creepy. It had like low shoulders, like no sway to his arms when he walked. He just walked like a creeper. And it was cool because it showed camera angles of him just kind of like walking and breathing. Like just scary, super ominous.
So who's a better walk? Michael Myers or Jason?
Michael Myers.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think in a few of the Friday the 13th, Jason was straight up sprinting on some things.
Okay, I don't know that he ever ran. The only time I saw him run was in the remake to Friday the 13th. That one's crazy because it's cool because it starts out, he's got the bag mask, and then he graduates and gets his like hockey mask. But
So
there's
they
this.
promoted him.
Yeah, so there's a scene at the beginning is these kids, they're going to looking for a big like a stash of weed. No, just a big stash of weed at this camp. They have the GPS marker. They finally find it. When they find it, they slowly get slaughtered one by one, and it's Jason. They're out by Crystal Lake. He sets booby traps and sets all these people up, and then there's one person that's got like his leg in a bear trap, and he's trying to like crawl away. Jason's like, nope. Goes and just runs like you hear stomping on the ground. This is the first time you see Jason run
before he runs like a cartoon.
Yeah, just like getting charged. Yeah, but definitely pretty scary because Jason before, like all the scenes where like people running away, they're tripping and falling. He's right there. He's never really running. This one he fucking ran. I mean, and he's a big scary dude. And they did like they did in the Halloween remake, the Rob Zombie one. They made him bigger. They made him big and strong.
I like the remake.
They could rebuild him.
Halloween.
I thought it was really good. A lot of people threw a fit about it, but those are usually the people. All I like is the original. Like, no, it was a really good movie.
It was, even though young Mike Myers looked like he belonged in Hanson.
Right. They rebuilt him, made him stronger, better, faster. They had the technology.
So that's what I did this weekend. I went there, had a good
nice.
little time, ate some great food. Went to comic book stores. You were talking about tabletop games or whatever. I went to what was it called?
Madness Comics and Games.
Madness Comics, and that's basically what it is. It's all about tabletop games. They have good statues, toys, comic books, but their main thing is the tabletop games. They have half of the building is just dedicated to that. They have every game you could think of. I've never really.
They have Candyman?
Yes, probably.
No.
I'm sure that's a game.
What about Candyland?
Ooh, that's the best tabletop game. I remember I would cheat on that one. Like, I was just at that age where it was easy enough for me to, like, figure it out. But I also knew, like, if I got the little princess with her lollipop castle or whatever, that was the furthest, you know what I'm talking about? The furthest one. And I would stick it, like, 4 cards underneath because I knew that was going to come up. What a cheater I was. What a bad little kid.
How old were you when you were cheating at Candyland?
I don't know, like 6.
Dang, just plotting shit at 6.
So since we're talking about like different tabletop games, good card game to invest in since the horror theme, talking about going to the horror convention. Have you ever played Gloom by chance?
No.
Okay, so you have a few different sets of characters, and essentially your job is to kill off every character. It's pretty cool.
I mean, okay. Like, what are the
It's really
circumstances?
weird.
I mean, are you like in
They
a
have
mansion?
different-
Are you in
they
a
have-
boiler room?
See, that's the thing. It's really weird. You have to pull certain cards, and the object literally is to keep everyone else alive so your people can die off first.
What? You're supposed to kill your people first?
Yeah,
Your people first?
Your people first. It's really weird.
All right. I was
Is
really
it like
look into it, look
Kool-Aid
into it.
style? Like, hey, we
Honestly,
survived.
it's been a few years
Drink
since I've
this
played
shit.
it, but definitely look into it. It's pretty cool.
There's this other game that I really want to get. Like I said, I'm not D&D or anything like that with dice, but I do play like Cards Against Humanity, and it's kind of similar to that. It's basically because in Cards Against Humanity, it's kind of judged by one person. That's okay. I like it's an opinion based. You won that round, or you won this round. This one's the same thing, but there's 3 cards. There is like a noun card, and then there's 2 descriptive cards. So each person or 2 people play at a time. So let's say me and Adam are playing. I pull my 3 cards. He pulls his 3. The first one is like a person. So mine will say a classroom full of kindergartners, and he pulls out a pirate. And then the 2 descriptive cards, mine would say with flamethrowers and a jetpack, and his would say with laser sharks and
Chainsaw arms.
chainsaws. Yeah, chainsaw arms, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
And so we have to debate on why my person would beat his person, and then
That sounds
and
fun
then
as
the third
shit.
person decides, okay, he did a better job of saying why this person would win. It's all about weird, wacky fights, and
That sounds fun as hell.
I know I want to play.
That's
it.
cool.
Let's
That
get
sounds
drunk and play it.
hell yeah.
That
Next
sounds like an
podcast,
event.
that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Get
Yeah.
wasted and play
We're
that.
gonna get wasted at work and play it.
Let's do it at the beginning of the shift so we can go up there.
Just be awake.
Yeah.
I don't
You don't want
care.
this. You don't want this. You want you listen. Listen. You want the RX. It hits hard. You want to go hard. I'm drunk. It'll be fun.
I'm just here for a starter kit.
Don't play with that baby stuff. Bro, you want clouds? I got you
Yeah,
clouds.
It says so on the shirt. Look at my shirt. It's on the back.
Let's do it. Let's get drunk. I'm ready.
That'd be fun.
That was my weekend. What about yours, Shannon?
My weekend consisted of, my time off anyways, consisted of going. I went to a memorial service. It's pretty nice. Outside of that, played a little bit of video games. Ended up playing Castlevania Into the Darkness. Pretty fun. Of course, we were talking about this earlier, Advanced Warfare. Me and Adam actually have each other's gamer tags now, so we're going to get online and wreck with some shotguns.
Bunch of boyfriends
do some
playing
crazy
with
stuff.
each other.
Yeah, you know.
Hold
how it
hands,
is.
the
Yeah.
whole shebang.
That's teamwork. It's
Yep.
teamwork. Yeah. But no, it's not been out of the regular. It's just been chilling. I'm one of those introvert kids.
So you mentioned you went to a memorial service.
Yes.
Condolences, but
Thank you.
like some people go and they mourn and do their thing.
Right.
I went to one that was crazy.
Like party?
Yes, it was a straight up party. So I went.
That's what I want. And
Like, I showed up late. I had to work, but I was like, well, I still want to show up. It was more of a friend of a friend.
Mhm.
But show my respects. I got there, and they were all wasted drunk, super drunk, and so I wanted to catch up. So I poured myself a couple really strong screwdrivers, downed them, trying to play catch up. And by the end of the night, we were gone. We were so gone. It was horrible because one of my friends I was almost confident that he was gonna hook up with that dude's mom, and I was like, "This is weird. I think this is really weird. I think we should go."
You know what? Give him my keys. Give him my keys. I'm driving home.
Shout out to Tom, playing his game strong.
Yeah.
But so they can be a good time still.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's how I want mine to be. I want everybody to be partying hard.
I don't want to see a teary eye. Like, someone better be dropping a Cristal bottle somewhere, and like we're just gonna go through the night. My ashes are gonna be sitting there with like little sunglasses on the little cremation base, and we're just gonna kill it.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
A little cremation
like-
base.
Yeah.
You need freaking like a huge.
They're just gonna
one,
put me
like-
in like a 55-gallon drum.
Yep.
Yep, that's good enough.
Yeah, I want y'all to weekend at Bernie's it with me. And just have me hanging out with you.
We'll get like wire work. For the whole 9 yards. How's it going, huh? Pretty good. Rick Mortis hasn't set in yet.
Did they ever explain that rigor mortis for Weekend at Bernie's? How come he was never all
I think because he died of an overdose. Like maybe his body was just like in like some sort of state where it wasn't going to do it.
science?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm a doctor. You know that. My time off consisted of watching Daredevil. I did watch, was it Justice League versus Teen Titans? I didn't watch Fear the Walking Dead, but I'll catch up on that. That's about it. I mean, just been watching Daredevil. Almost complete with season 2.
Dude, why are you going out of order? You need to watch Jessica.
Because
Jones.
I know that I'm going to, but I'm more excited for Daredevil because I did watch season 1. Had to wait for freaking ever for season 2.
You know what you could have did while you were waiting? Watch Jessica Jones.
I could have, but I didn't have my Fire Stick until
Since we're talking about the television shows, one I'm really excited about, soon to be releasing new season, Sherlock.
Okay, yeah,
Sherlock's pretty dope.
I like those. Those are weird because as they are a TV show, it's almost like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Per
I mean,
episode.
it's like an hour and 45 minutes, I think, is like each episode. There's only 3 episodes
Yeah.
in the season.
Three
that's
episodes
like,
per season.
Yeah, that's like is it like a BBC one?
Yes.
Yeah.
BBC. No.
But
Benedict
those shows,
Cumberbatch.
those shows are a little different, right? Because most BBC shows like that I can, not all of them, but they have like an ending to a show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they plan out, okay, this, and this, and then we're gonna stop. That's it. That's why I like Breaking Bad and whatnot. They didn't just fizzle out where, it starts. They jump the shark and start doing crazy stuff like Walt owns Disneyland or some kind of crazy stupid thing.
Yeah.
They just went out with a bang, and so Sherlock, is it like set like that where it's gonna end?
It's
or?
pretty much set, and it's kind of weird. It's based on a lot of it's based on the books. But yeah, you pretty much will know the ending at the end. Pretty much, it's like
That's
a plot
weird.
twist at the end of the episode.
It's very M. Night Shyamalan-y.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
It's almost to the point where you'll watch it and then you watch, and it's very clever. It really is. I mean, the writer
very
for
well
that
done.
that Moffat guy.
Stephen Moffat, though he
Telling
kills
you.
everyone off in Doctor Who. Stephen Moffat, come on now.
Yeah, but he's actually a stellar writer. I mean, the show is pretty good. You don't have to watch a whole bunch of episodes. That's the cool part. And it's contemporary. It's now. I mean, it's
Season 2 is what
it's
had me
like
hooked.
Sherlock Holmes with
Like modern day.
text messages
Yeah.
and everything, and it's
So
cool.
Who's a better Sherlock Holmes? Benedict.
Benedict
I have to go with Benedict. Yeah,
Cumberbatch.
hands
You don't
down.
even need to name Robert Downey
Dang.
Jr.
No,
Benedict
no.
Cumberbatch.
Yep.
But the only thing is, because when I see Robert Downey Jr. and him,
I see.
again,
Yeah.
It's Iron Man still.
Do you like
I think
him?
it's
Yeah.
Iron Man playing.
Yeah. I mean, he plays a fantastic Iron Man. There's no one else that can play him besides Marky Mark. No one could play Tony Stark besides Marky Mark and Robert Downey Jr. I bet you Marky Mark would have been awesome.
Marky Mark probably.
Speaking of Marky Mark,
Yeah.
and
I am Iron Man.
that's a pretty good impression. I was just about to bring up, because you brought up M. Night Shyamalan. Me and Carmela were having a debate over that stupid movie, The Happening.
Yes.
Oh, that was so dumb.
The teacher, Marky Mark, like the whole premise and everything, where people are being hypnotized to kill themselves or whatever because of the plant pheromones.
So
to
dumb.
defend yourself, like that's an awesome premise that you could turn into a good movie.
Didn't translate to that movie.
No. Yeah.
Didn't translate at all.
Just horrible.
It had a weird, eclectic class of like actors. They had Zoe Deschanel, which was
My girlfriend.
the cheating girlfriend, which
girl.
you
That's my
hate
girl.
in this movie, but she's so cute. She is.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's my girl.
Yep. Boo.
Marky Mark is a high school teacher that is super smart, but
Also did a little bit of music in the 80s.
it's weird that he doesn't really look like he fit the part.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't look at him and think, there's a smart fellow.
they should have got William H. Macy. I could have totally believed that. The Fargo guy.
You know,
Yeah.
I could get that.
So when we were going to watch, the reason I even saw that movie, I was with Adam. We were in Kmart, and we were walking through, and he's trying to decide what we wanted to go see. I'm like, dude, let's go see the Hulk. It just came out. I was like, dude, let's go see that. And there was a big toy advertising the Hulk or whatever. I was like, dude, it's a sign. Let's go watch that. Forget, because he's like, I don't know. I want to see that Marky Mark movie. And then, sure enough, freaking Feel the Vibration came on like the radio station and came on. I was like, all right, I guess that's a bigger sign. We're going to go watch this stupid happening movie.
Yep.
And I still hate Adam for making me watch that. It's not like the Hulk was much better anyway.
It was kind of like Spider-Man 3 for me.
I-
Spider-Man 3
okay.
was just meh.
Okay, so I like the Hulk more than I like Spider-Man 3. I like the transitions were really cool. I think that they just didn't do well enough with actual size of the Hulk. I mean, whenever he
Kept on growing.
when he first turned into the Hulk, you know
Yeah,
how he was
good.
big, super giant, like
About
it-
8
like
feet tall.
yeah, he should have fallen through the floor. He should have fallen through the floor at that big. But I get it, it's a movie.
Yeah, towards the end where he started getting like 20 feet.
When he's holding Betty Banner in his hand, like
Right, there's a
like that's
problem.
something wrong. I mean,
So the madder he gets, the bigger he gets, right?
yeah.
So if he stubs his toe, he's just going to be like Godzilla.
Yeah, shit. I hope he don't stub his toe or steps on like a Lego. That's it.
Ooh.
It's terrible. Anyway, so M. Night Shyamalan movies. I mean, is there one that you do like? Because there's some that were upsetting. I didn't really. After watching the happening, I think I was kind of let down and kind of stung about it because it wasn't Unbreakable. It wasn't
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
Those two
I mean,
that was it. That was
yeah.
the only ones I
He-
liked were those two.
Those two.
yeah. I mean, I didn't see Lady in the Lake. I did see The Village. Did you see that
The
one?
Village was terrible.
I liked it up to. I mean, I realized and everything. I was like, okay, I get it.
I think it just gets to the point where like, okay, what's the twist ending? So you start trying to guess it while you're watching
Mm-hmm.
the movie, and then that twist where spoilers, they're in time right now. They're in current time. It's happening in whatever year that
Yeah.
came out, 2004. But it's in a little small town where they think it's like 1800 or whatever.
Yeah.
But how do they not hear any planes going on?
Well,
Or-
they do mention that at the end that the land that they're on. I mean, they all were people that have been burned by like tragedy. Like some of them had their children killed. Some of them had their brothers or whatever it was. It was society was getting too crazy, and so they formed their own project. The main guy, the guy that was running shit, John Hurt. This is not John Hurt. He was in Dune.
Oh, come on.
That guy. Well, anyway, he was rich as shit. He has some land that he was inherited from his family, and they created an estate out there. They pay everything extra. I mean, that the people that are outside that are bordering that whatever that the lady, spoiler alert, gets to and asks for medicine and stuff, they're paid by them. I mean, those elders are the people that know, but everybody else has no idea that shit is going on in the real world. They wanted to stay away and break free because they thought that savagery, like murder and all that, were part of like society, and they wanted to get away from it. It didn't matter because that crazy guy, what is it?
Dude, you remember this movie way too well.
Dude.
I watched it once and just cleared my memory banks of
That's
it.
Well, what's his name? The guy that played the pianist, Adrian Brody. He was the crazy one he stabs Joaquin Phoenix, and he's dying there. That's why they send the blind bitch to go find help out into the forest where there's monsters.
Keller, go find help.
Exactly. That's the weirdest shit. But they couldn't send anybody else. she had to go do it. Anyway, yeah, that was
like, all right,
that was The Village. It didn't just like that. I watched the movie
last night.
The Visit.
Oh.
I watched it with Haley. M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it says at the beginning, I was like, "Shit, where's the twist?" And watching it, I was just shaking my head, like, "This movie's crazy." Like, because you think it's all supernatural at one moment, and then boom, it has a totally twist ending.
Then you
You're like,
realize it's not a
"Oh."
television show.
But okay. So what's going on, man? What was your topic, Shannon?
My topic, we always talk about safety. We always talk about trying to prevent the bad from happening. Well, today, the bad happened.
I saw it go down.
I was with a customer. I didn't see it. I didn't even hear it.
It was terrible. So I dropped my mod today, RX 200.
Mm-hmm.
Tink, it just fell. I was like, oh crap. Well, something wasn't setting right. And then we look, and the bottom part of the RX 200 is bent upwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh shit. He was like, just bend it back. Use your Hulk strength. And I'm like, all right. So I bent it back. And then I bent it too far one way. So I was like, all right, bent it the other way. And for some reason, battery still wasn't setting in. So I was like, okay, well, it has to be the pin. So I'm messing with a wrench, like pair of pliers, actually, trying to pry out this pin, like pull it. And I didn't even think about it because naturally it was just one of those things. I was occupied at the pin, didn't care about the batteries in the back. Went to move it. I had my hands on the metal, on the pliers. Current went through. Shocked me. So now I'm having pretty intense pain in my hand. Anytime I touch it like that, I get a shooting pain in my elbow.
Oh, my gosh.
Pretty dangerous. Pretty not cool. But, yeah, definitely. We always talk about safety. It does happen on the rare occasion to the people who are even just trying to be safe. So we definitely recommend, if you have something like that going on with your device, don't mess with it. Let the pros work with it.
Granted, most mods won't fire if it has, if it's missing a battery.
It's got like a safe,
but
with
this
the RX with 2 in it, still will.
Yeah, and it still went, and it kind of shocked the shit out of them.
Just so you guys know what kind of boss I am, Shannon was like, "Oh, dude, I just got shocked. It hurts. Ooh, it's still." I was like,
"Quit being a baby."
Yep, you're being a vag right now. Yep. Quit crying. Work through the pain.
Yep.
Watch, we're getting sued. Shannon's closing down Stogies for good.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah, I've never had anything where my stuff is dangerous. The worst I've done is drop my mod off my car. I took off. I had a bunch of stuff in my hands. Put my mod on my car. I don't know why. I never put anything up there. It's a freaking cloth top. So I set it up there. Got in my car. Started driving off, and I heard dum dum dum, and it was just it falling off my car. And I had my Delta 2 on there.
Yep.
And, luckily, like when I tried to hit it, nothing was going on. I was like, crap. I'd probably had the Sigelli for maybe 2 months. I was like, well, time to start looking at other mods. I already had it in my mind. I was kind of excited at the same time because I got to go get new stuff. But I was like, well, I'll see if I can fix it. So I put the Delta 2 in the clamp because I guess it got separated somewhere where the firing pin wasn't reaching. But it's fine. I've never had anything super dangerous. Not like Adam with your.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. I've never I haven't kissed my coils. I've gotten close. I felt the warmth from it.
I've kissed my coils,
but haven't done that. But I said this I think in our first episode. That was the funniest thing. Our first episode, I had gotten a simple mod, and it was a janky one. The button. I think we had to kind of like squeeze down on it to kind of like even it out so the button would have fit. And this is a simple mod.
I remember that.
Okay, so I just gotten my Twisted Messes RDA, and I was all excited, and I'm all using a mech mod. I'm killing it. Well, the firing pin on the bottom of the simple mod got stuck in the fire position. I had no change, so I couldn't loosen the thing. And we're still setting up, like in here. And I was like, what? And it's just glowing, beaming hot. And Nick says, throw it. And I'm like, fuck, I just got this RDA. Ray says, throw it out the door.
Adam's still trying to like, no.
I'm just like, no. I'm just trying to think.
Denial.
I was looking around. Is there like a shirt that I can kind of like grab and twist?
All I hear from the front is, throw
right here, but the third throw it, I just fucking threw it out the door, and it went pop. hit the wall, rolled down the little ramp, and it went underneath some piece of metal that we had.
He threw it out the back door.
Yeah.
And so when it hit the door, it ricocheted, went outside, and then it rolled underneath like a
Gutter almost.
Yeah, like a gutter cover.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like when you light a firework and it doesn't go off.
It was like,
Just waiting for it to explode. So we're getting all timidly just working our way closer, wanting to like look at it, because I knew if I would have done it, walk over there and touched it, it would have blown up, off my arm.
So I got one other one.
Before you said that, when that happened, this is how it went down. He drops it, throw it. He's messing with it. Ray, throw it. He's still messing with it. I say, throw it, and then I leave.
he just left. He just got up and left the room. I was like, shit. So I threw it. It ended up rolling underneath the thing. I got it. It just got knocked out of the firing position. Thank God. I don't use that anymore. I still have it. I don't use that mod anymore. But I didn't have the cap to the Twisted Messes on it. Mm-hmm. I just had just the deck of it, and it's just fine.
So, talking about bad things happening with mods and whatnot. You remember that series mod I got? That red one?
No, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just sitting here trying to mess with my mod, seeing how can I make this work? How is it going to function? So there was a pin just, I guess, not working right. Something wasn't going right. So I was like, okay, maybe it's my batteries. So I put in some batteries that we had, and I was checking to see, and put it in. Everything was right the way it was. Negative one side, positive down on the other. And all of a sudden, I see fire. So the first instinctive reaction was to take the box and slam it on top of the table to get the batteries out. So I did, and it goes great. So I'm like almost in adrenaline mode because, like, my God, this thing almost like ruptured. So I'm like, and all Josh does, he comes over and looks at me and he's like, why are you ruining batteries? Terrifying moment. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's great. Thanks, Josh. Thanks. It's fun.
I went to a vape shop in San Antonio, and this is when I had my Sigelli 100 Plus. The Sigelli 100 Plus had a shiny metal button, but it would get stuck.
Yep.
And so we were at this vape shop, nice vape shop, and dumb me, I put my RDA on there, and I go to do it, and then I take my hit, and then I set it down, and it's still firing. I'm trying to mash this button. It's not working. I have to take off the gel case real quick, and they're all noticing now. I'm just like, there's people around us. And so I do that. I just go like, bah, the
Magnetic.
it just flies off. I slam it a few times on the thing and look around, so I'm sorry. Like, it just gets stuck on the fire position. I was like, fuck.
Well, and that was a common known issue with those things.
Yeah, and I just looked like a total noob.
Dude, that's why we preach so much safety, because obviously we're experienced users.
Oh, yeah.
But there are tons of people that aren't half as experienced as we are. And they'll go in one big cloud. So I'm like, all right, man, just so you know, here are the basics. Don't do this, 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 and this. Keep this out of your pocket. Don't fire it here. But I can just imagine that happening to someone that has no idea what they're doing.
It's terrifying. I mean,
do you think it's ever going to be just where there's no worries about batteries or anything?
I think it's going to get to a point, but during that whole ordeal, yeah, it can be terrifying. It can. But let's lighten the topic, because that can, like I said, it could be terrifying. I think later we will have those safeties, those implementations that'll help with that. But right now, I want to talk about my Mason.
Ooh.
Got that Mason RDA from Vaporgate.
Not just the 24.
This is the 30.
But the 30.
The 30.
Big dog.
I'm probably going to end up getting the 40 millimeter.
Biggest dog.
But I love this thing. This thing hits like a champion. Pro tip to the people who have one or are looking into one: do not take the top cap and unscrew. There's a Delrin screw-in piece, and unscrew it to get more airflow, because if you hit it, it hurts. And if you'd like to try it, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go ahead and unscrew it. Give that a go.
Like this?
Yep, just right there.
Shit.
So that's good. Oh, no.
No, not like this. I was going to do...
Unscrew it. No, unscrew it barely. Okay.
So it's kind of in
So
there.
it's there. Now give that a go.
Where are we at on power? So this is
That's only 90.
90 watts, 0.47 ohm
200.
build. And I'll take a picture and I'm going to post it to the thing real quick. But actually, I'm going to try and record myself trying to take this in. It's going to be terrible.
It's just awful.
Where can I find this picture at?
Okay, I'm going to put it to our SoundCloud. Oh, my hair's fucked up.
Dude, that's
I
why
don't
I asked
care.
you about your
You
hair
got that
before.
wild hair look.
Yeah, here we go.
Give that a go, because I'm telling you, you're gonna regret it.
Not bad.
He just
Not
called.
bad?
He just called Shannon a pansy like I did
Yeah?
earlier.
Pretty dry.
Now, you ready for this? There you go. It's wet. That's exactly where I expected it to be. How'd that feel?
It was smooth at first, then it was like, you know what? Gotcha, motherfucker.
Here's the devil in you.
I want to try it now.
Okay, all right.
No, put some juice on there. He said it was dry. I'm scared.
Look,
I don't believe you. Nope. Underneath those coils, it's probably dry as a bone.
okay,
I don't
all
believe
right.
you.
I mean, if you want me to, I'll oversaturate for you.
Thanks,
you,
buddy. So Shannon is getting his dripper up.
Getting all that dripped up.
Getting it
But
moist.
I love it. The top airflow thing, I'm not a fan of, but the side airflow is more than sufficient. So it's barely opened. It's a little juicy.
Yeah.
Little
yeah,
juicy.
it is. Especially when it's in my
That's
hand.
that's at the 90 watts.
No, it was not smooth at first, Adam. It was just rough.
It was like my mixtape flip, which we're gonna update on that.
Yeah, where's that at?
Yeah, actually have some recording stuff now. I got
Ooh.
my
All right,
mic, the
here's
whole
your
nine
chance. Exclusive.
yards. Not happening.
Come on, bust a fat beat for Shannon.
When I'm filling up to it, I'll go ahead and I'll freestyle for y'all one minute.
Okay, cool, man. Just jump in
Here, look.
whenever you can.
Look, we'll pause the recording. You can do a little freestyle for us, and then we'll press play. And then
Maybe
we'll start
later.
recording.
Yeah, I just paused it. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. It's paused.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, dude.
Is that red light glowing?
It's just making sure that your mic is on, so
Oh,
just
yeah,
it
yeah.
is working, but it is paused. You can go
red
ahead.
Light is record, right?
no, that's just
Red means that it stopped.
Maybe it's just in my mind.
Yeah,
Maybe
red
it's
means
just in my
stop.
mind. But back to the task at hand. That Mason, the Mason RDA is fantastic. Like I said, the top airflow is a bit much for me. As you heard, Adam coughed his lungs out, and Josh did not look happy when he hit it. But it's definitely a pretty badass.
No,
little
sir,
RDA.
I didn't like it.
So give it a go with it closed. It's
Don't
not
be
bad.
tricking me now.
I'm not tricking you. This is not debauchery.
It's gonna shock me.
No, it's not going to shock you like myself. Now that is a pretty strong 6. Not bad, right?
Yeah.
It's a
like it.
little bit better. I actually love it. It took place on my Centurion. My Centurion's in the retirement bin. It's got its Grandpa Walker with it.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it. Shout out to Vaporgate. Thank you guys. This is pretty awesome. I'm glad we were able to get it in the store because now I can share the love with all the 30 millimeter drippers that we have come in here.
So is that your favorite?
It's my go-to, hands down, right now.
Ooh, I'm feeling that.
It's pretty stout, right?
That was like a 9. Ooh.
Yeah. It's definitely a wake-up call. Definitely a wake-up call.
So Adam,
Yes,
what are
sir.
we bringing to the table today?
I have an interesting article that I read from the internet. I had seen something about this a couple of weeks ago.
I see there's a nice little drawing on there too.
Yeah. I'll color it later. The CVS pretty much has banned tobacco from their stores, which is a cool thing. It's in an effort to kind of like promote better health.
That happened like a year or two ago, right?
Well, they implemented. They went ahead with the idea. They started in February of 2014. I think they started at the end of last year.
Right.
And they projected that there would be a decrease in sales.
Right, because I guess they were going along the lines of they're there to help people.
Yeah,
As far as
they want to keep it healthy.
Yeah, they give out medicine. They don't want to give out.
We shouldn't be giving you cigarettes with your medicine.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're trying to like.
Well, good on them at least.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good. It seems a great direction that they're going. They reportedly made $139 million and they 139 billion in total sales for last year, and they reported that there was a dip in $2 billion?
$2 billion.
But what is $2 billion compared to 139?
Yeah, you know what
I mean,
like,
I mean, that's still
it's a fraction of what.
$2
Yeah,
billion.
it is a fraction of what they had, but also they did say that there were dwindling sales in tobacco use as the progression of making sales with other products. I mean, they're really trying to go for health and beauty aids, chips and stuff like that. Even though they brought
beauty
chips.
chips.
Because one of the arguments was if they're going to take tobacco out, well, why not take all the sodas and all the sugars and stuff like that? Well, it was like
America,
because in moderation, that
it's
it can be effective. I mean, it can be okay to have them.
These chips aren't very effective.
Yeah. No, some chips are too effective. They are too damn good.
no MSG.
Yeah. But I thought this was interesting. I do like the way that they are going. I just want to hear what y'all thought. This is, I think, pretty astounding news because they are the only company that is doing this. They are the only pharmacy that is stopped tobacco.
Right.
Like they don't sell
Rite
it.
Aids and Walgreens still selling cigarettes and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot.
I think that it's a pretty big step forward. I mean, honestly, for that's a big step, and especially to put their stance exactly where they put a massive amount of commercials out about it. I mean, they were telling everyone like, "Hey, this is not going to happen here anymore. We feel like you should be healthy," and I agree. But with that, I think that they should definitely step into the realm of cessation devices. I mean, of course, they got the nicotine gums. The what is it? They have like an inhaler now. Some random shit. Someplace they're even selling toothpicks. That's weird. Nicotine infused toothpicks.
Dang.
Weird.
Ooh, I wonder if they like peak out a little bit.
What do they do?
Not good. I mean, I'm pretty sure not good.
Can you vape it?
Yeah, I mean, just take the wood, put it right down in there on your coil.
Sounds good.
Just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Get that nice charry
Yeah,
taste.
that hickory taste.
Yeah, or just get like 3 sticks and put it right into your coils.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wonder how many just like, you know what? I'm going to take the whole thing and put it in my mouth. Nope. For me, I think why not look into vaping? I mean, it's been a very effective cessation device.
I think it's too effective.
'Cause
I
they'll
think
put us
what
out
they're
of
trying to.
business, that's why,
I
Shannon.
think. No, I think that it's too effective. That it. I mean, it can work with willpower, of course. But
Who's Will?
I used to work here.
Oh,
back in
okay.
the day.
Will Hopkins.
Shout out to Will. What up, Will?
Rugby player.
Yep.
He's in Wales right now.
Gangster.
Is he?
He came in just yesterday.
Or he was in Wales then.
Oh, okay.
My opinion on it, I mean, it's a very bold statement by them. I mean, it's very noble of them to do that, especially dropping, what'd you say, $2 billion?
Yeah, it was
sales?
$2 billion in
I
profit.
wonder if they're willing to
And that's
take
just
that.
profit, not just sales. That's a lot of cash to be given to your competitors for that cigarette money. Like I said, it's bold. It's very profound that they did that. But if I was a stakeholder in there, I would be furious that they stopped doing that. But they have that kind of bragging right that, hey, we're looking out for you. So it's good on them. It's a good look for the company. But they're eating a big cost in doing that.
Yeah, they've also changed. It's not CVS Pharma'see anymore. It's supposed to be Caremark. It's CVS Health. Is their whole now agenda. They're changing their whole kind of like image now.
I will say this, because of it, they do have more of my sales because tobacco is one of those, let's face it, guys, it's kind of outdated. I mean, it was a cool cash crop back in the day, but the fact of the matter is it's just downright unhealthy. So shout out to them. I'm very happy CVS did that.
I think also there hasn't been innovation with cigarettes besides adding more like
Extra flavor.
Yeah, that extra menthol-y.
What about them Camel Twists? Y'all remember those? Yeah, they were flavored, orange flavored cigarettes.
Delicious.
We had a flavor Camel Twist, didn't we? We called it Camel Toe.
That's going to kind of dovetail into my segment, but I don't want to break off too soon.
Camel Twist or Camel Toe?
No.
Okay.
But like you mentioned, you said they're going to give you more. You're going to give them more of your money because of that.
Right.
And I say, yeah, that sounds great. I'll probably go there too because they did that. I say that, but Walgreens is a lot closer than CVS.
CVS is pretty close to my house.
And so I say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll vote with my dollar and do that kind of stuff. But in reality, I might not. That's where I kind of want to talk to about today was in this and like as far as Facebook, Instagram, all this other things, you can like something, you can raise awareness. You know, hey, like if you agree with this, or
Type amen.
yeah, those kind of things. If I think that is actually hurting, you know, they do this for awareness, something for awareness. So someone will think that, yeah, I'm helping because of
Kind
this
of like
awareness.
the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Right.
The Ice Bucket Challenge was supposed to be showing awareness, but at the same time, the only reason you were supposed to do it is if you donated. You
Right.
donated to ALS. But most people were just, oh, it's all the craze. Let's do it.
Exactly. So there's
So no Harlem Shakes? Is that what you're talking about?
No Harlem Shakes.
let's bring it back. let's do the Harlem Shake.
It's a tasty shake.
We always preach about people get involved, do this kind of things. I mean, we've done plenty of stuff here at our shop. You know, we've done the online forums for our customers. We've done the legwork for them plenty of times, but other things like, you know, voting with your dollar, getting proactive and actually going out doing that. I mean, there are definitely people that are doing it, but I don't think that it's really where it should be.
Right.
And I think part of the stuff to blame is people doing that. Hey, I like this. I shared.
I'm giving back to the world because
Yeah,
of the share.
they click that. They think that they've actually done something.
But it doesn't do anything.
Exactly. It's hard because I'm guilty of it myself. You know.
I think we all are.
I'm gonna wear this. Remember the little ribbons people were putting on their cars and whatnot?
Booby awareness or vets?
Yeah, both or
Okay.
anything. Granted, there are some things that, you know, for every dollar you sell, whatever goes to an organization, whatever. There's nothing. I don't think there's. I don't know of any ones that actually have something to do with vaping, where, you know, half your proceeds go to this or towards CASA or any of the other big organizations designed to help us as far as the industry is concerned.
Right.
I mean, even if, okay, so we look at the numbers on our podcast, which, you know, millions of people around the world are listening to us.
Millions.
But if you go and look at CASA's, like they have 23 people that listen to their podcast. I mean, they do a podcast, you know, every couple weeks or whatever. It's not as often as ours.
Dude, I
And
think no. I think they do it weekly.
Now that I know that,
They
I'm
put
gonna
it
end up
in
going
on
and
Mondays
listening.
like we
right,
do.
and so it saddens me to see that kind of thing. But what do you guys think could help not just raise awareness, but be effective in trying to combat either bad press or getting money towards the people that can make a change in here?
I think when it comes to that, honestly, you can be active on social media and stuff like that. That's cool. But being proactive in the community, being proactive physically, being around, showing them, hey, this is what's going on, helping out people. I mean, it's just raising intellectual awareness.
Well, see, that's what I'm getting to is education. I think that education on
Education is a
the subject would be nice. I mean, if we could have, I wouldn't say like a press conference, but have like something where it's, if you have any questions, meet us at town hall, blah, 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 at this time.
Right, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, bring your notepad with your questions, and we'll try and answer anything you can. I mean, that could help. I mean, that would be great for any kind of like city council. I mean, instead of having preconceived notions, they can ask us instead of just having us, you know, thinking that it's a stigma or
Not that
whatever they're thinking.
Not that we are the know-all people,
But we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just raised his hand.
So we had a lady come in here the other day with the grandmother of some guy.
I remember.
Okay, so she comes in and she's upset.
Livid.
Okay, so her grandson is 24 years old,
Okay.
and I found out because when I asked for his ID, she flipped out. She says, "He's 24 years old. Why are you asking for his ID?" It's like, we're a vape shop. I'm sorry, I've never seen him before. I'd like to see his ID just to verify his age. And he says he doesn't have it, so I was like, bye. I was pretty much going to tell him bye because she was already came in here livid. I could already tell she was ready. She just came in pissed. She pulls out his ID. He is of age. She has his military ID in her purse.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
She
why.
also had his umbilical cord in there.
So
It was intense.
she was so he's there asking questions. I mean, trying flavors and stuff like that, and she's just there shaking her head, being pissed, getting mad at him, and she keeps saying, you know, I don't care what anybody says. This stuff will kill you. You know, I quit. My 81-year-old mother quit smoking cold turkey. Anybody can do it. And just I was like, okay. I've seen upset customers, and I was just trying to be cool with her, but also educating her. Just killing her with kindness, smiling. I'm like, well, there's actually studies out there that show, and she's just getting mad, and then Shannon's over there, and he's just like just smiling. I just keep on pouring it on, and it's at one point she had to go to the car to go get something out of the car, and I came here to the back. I was like, Kira, I guess Kira was sitting here. I was like, Kira, go to this other table and just listen to her. Listen to her. She's about to get crazy. And so I'm just talking to her. No, she was mad. I calmed her down. I killed her with kindness and humor. You know, I was playing around with her. But no, she's just. But there's just some people like I mean, no matter what, there's some people even with evidence, with sources and
scientific proof,
and that they're not going to believe. I mean, that's what's scary. I mean, going into maybe like a city council type thing like that, there's people going in there with their triggers loaded. They're ready to kind of like
they're already set in what they want to believe.
Yeah,
they're not really open to anything else.
Yeah, and that's how this kind of lady was. I mean, she left with a smile, but she was mad and talking shit and cussing at her grandson. She paid for it all too.
I actually asked her like how she was doing, and she was like, "I'm here. What about you?" And I was just my classic another day in paradise, and she was like, "What is?" And I was like, "Living." Like, just living. She just
upset. It looked like
rough.
that she needed a cigarette.
She was she was ruthless. She was ruthless.
So you say education. I mean, I think it's coming along very slowly. More and more I'll see bigger websites post pro vaping news. I mean, I still see tons that are outdated in their science or just posting just garbage, just stuff that isn't true at all.
Yeah, formaldehyde.
Yeah,
all of
I
that
mean,
shit.
clickbait stuff that's going to get you. Is there any kind of anything we can do to combat that? I mean, people aren't going to want to listen to or read 3 pages worth of science journals or anything like that.
And that's where I think, honestly, as humans, we underestimate other humans. Because there are people who, for instance, a bunch of my friends don't vape. I have a lot of that don't. They don't smoke either, but they're advocates of vaping. Mm-hmm. They are. A lot of people that I didn't think would on my friends list, I'd be like, hey, if you really want to stay educated, you want to know what's going on with this vaping thing, here's this link. And some of above all, you have to make sure that the link has factual evidence.
Yeah.
You don't want something that's going to be hearsay. I don't want to hear no Huffington Post crap. Mm-hmm. I want to see what the scientific evidence is, the scientific results. So I tried to combat it with factual evidence as opposed to, oh, hey, you know what? Someone posted this link, so I'm just going to post it because they posted it.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, not that he does it, but Vaping with Twister 420 always posts random links to factual evidence. because he has that following, he could easily put something that just random hoopla, and people would share it. I think it's above all important for us to combat. If we're going to combat through social media, do it that way, or stay informed. We always get vaping magazines in relevance to what's going on, things like that. Keep the public informed, like you were saying. Education has to be there. That's the only way we can combat it.
Yeah, in Chicago, since they did have that vaping tax that we mentioned before, they are putting on billboards, buses, the bus stops where people sit down and wait for posters, but they're saying e-liquid vaping is poison, stuff like that. And that's what they have.
Propaganda.
Yeah, and they're posting this on public places and where that tax is enforced. I mean,
I like to go in realms of like, okay, well, you're worried about propylene glycol. Well, propylene glycol is commonly found in preservatives in most of your foods. It's found in this, it's found in that. Vegetable glycerin is a natural alternative to lotion. Things like that, because it moisturizes. We use these things every day, regardless if you're a vapor or not. You ingest propylene glycol daily. You do all that stuff. Keeping them informed to say, hey, look, this is what it is in. This is what we're using it as. There's really no difference. The only difference is it goes to our lungs instead of our stomachs.
yeah.
If you took just a swath of people, go down your friends list, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and asked 100 people if they thought vaping was dangerous for you or if it was a good cessation product, what do you think the outcome would be?
Oh, I know a few stupid people on my friends list.
Yeah. If I had to be realistic, I would say probably about 70% would be an advocate of secession.
I would say about 50-50 would be mine. I mean, some people still will just fight against it on my friends list.
Yeah, I mean, mine's probably about, I wouldn't even say 50-50. I'd probably go more of like the 30-70, the wrong way for me.
I think I'm going to poll some people. Now that you said it, I'm going to poll my friends list and see.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I get, after seeing so much stuff, like it starts to wear on me after a while. I'm like, ugh. Here's another
it does
article.
Beat you down, yeah.
Here's another article. It's stupid.
What else can be?
Yeah, and they're hashing up stuff that we've already beaten to death. I don't know if it's just because we're in the industry itself and we've already heard these questions or just rhetoric from either Big Tobacco or Pharma or whoever. But it starts to wear down after a while. I'm like, oh my gosh. I wish I knew a clear answer to be like, okay, let's do this and we'll have a class. We'll do this. We can get these people. But like you said, a lot of people they have their fingers in their ears. They don't want to hear it. They know it's bad. There's nothing we can do for them. But I really can't have that kind of outlook on it. I mean, most of the time I wouldn't say a negative guy, but I'm like, I don't know if this is. I'm a glass half full. Or half empty kind of guy.
I'm a more realistic kind of guy.
Yeah.
People are easily influenced. You know what I mean? Like, you can just post something. For instance, the GMO situation. A lot of people in food realm think that GMOs are bad, and actually Bill Nye had even stated that GMOs are lethal. Well, after doing his research and figuring out things, he said, turns out it's not as bad as people are intending it to think. I think once you set that negative set right, that's just going to, I mean, it's like the news. You're just going to continue to get negative.
Yeah, see, and that's what it feels like it's become every time that we bring up the FDA. Every time that we've done that, it's always, there's a big stink about it, and I hope that maybe we'll see like a silver lining where the FDA actually will make a good decision, or I wouldn't even say a good decision, but a rational decision.
Yeah, very rational.
That can kind of take that taste out of your mouth, kind of a deal.
Yeah, I just, whenever articles are posted, I wish I could sit down with that person and kind of be like, all right, why do you think this? let me explain this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I did,
Like you just want to set up a debate.
right.
Yeah.
That would be nice to have.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, give me the y'all idiots. Give us your smartest advocate, and then against one of our advocates,
What?
and ask questions.
Well, what kind of got me thinking about that was you had just got a tweet from
Ted Terry, mayor in Georgia.
Oh, where'd you say? Where was it at though?
I can't remember. Some place in Georgia.
Some mayor kind of going against Adam. Tweeted him about some statement he'd.
Yeah, he had said something about that indoor vaping should be banned, and I get it. He's a mayor, but I mean, I just think that it's a pretty bold statement just to say that to vape indoors. Let it be up to the establishment owners. I mean, if they don't want it, that's good. I mean, that's fine. But let it be up to them and not up to a city ordinance now that everybody's going to be vaping, all looking over their shoulders and shit if they're going to be vaping inside.
Right. And even coming at someone like that, you have to be careful how you word it because if you come attacking, they'll just put their walls up and be like, nope, I'm not going to hear anything.
Yeah.
You're coming to fight me. I'm going to defend myself. It's more of trying to, okay, I understand why you're doing this. Here are some other facts that you may not know, something like that. But really from this industry, I mean, there's not a lot of people that I can trust to be like level-headed about it.
I think we need and there's more and more coming out every day, but an official, like, pretty strong, like, not even a health group, but like medical journal or something like that, like something that's going to have a lot of pull. Do a third-party, non-objective, either way, look into vaping.
You see, and I hope that's what this ISO stuff is doing.
That's what I'm hoping for as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that last podcast. I think that's brilliant of them. I mean, they're setting a standard for it that hopefully will be a shining beacon for us to kind of like progress as vaping.
Well, and with vaping, safety and stuff, there's always going to be progression towards that. And with juices and with the things that we have, we can't have enough of it. I mean, to have that ISO, they're going to be meeting in October this year in Japan. I really hope that this is going to be one of those things. It's like, hey, hold on, no, let us step in. This is the facts. This is this. This is this. Here's our scientific documents that show it. Here's our PhDs or whatever the case may be for it. And you have nothing else to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that simple. Here's the evidence. Here's facts. This is a long-term study. Here's a short-term study. Neither of them are this way. Like, I think that it would be great to have. But I don't know if it's going to be adequate for most people. You know what I mean?
Right, because we can have all the evidence in the world, which, we already have tons of it already. But as soon as the right person or the wrong person, whoever, what you want to say, someone with a huge following posts something negative, that's just going to...
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah. That would suck if, like, Beyonce was vaping and it exploded on her. Dude, that'd be terrible.
We don't get me wrong, we do have the celebrities that do vape.
Yeah.
I mean,
What up, Leo?
Leo, Tom Hardy.
Mac Miller,
Mac
Big
Miller?
Show.
Yeah.
Big Show?
Yeah.
But what does he have? What is his mod?
I
I
don't
wonder what it
know,
looks like.
but
It's hard to tell.
still,
Like, this is his mod?
it still looks like a toddler mod to him. It still
Yeah.
looks like a toddler mod. They actually caught him as a rare sighting at the Hall of Fame ceremony. He was sitting there sneaking vapes on
That's
the
cool.
floor.
I bet he has that mini volt.
Oh, dude.
Dude, he probably has a Rolo and what do you get? And get that 40 or that 50
Oh, yeah.
mil?
Yeah.
Still look like a mini volt in his little hand.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I think he has, like, from what I saw, it looks like a Cube 2. Looks like a Cube 2.
And his hand just crushes it every single time.
It looks like an adult is holding a toddler toy.
But, yeah, I mean, that helps out. More celebrities doing it because people love them some celebrities.
That's true.
So, it's getting to some bigger people. but it's hard. It's
Here's
hard.
one for you. Another name drop. Not Morgan Freeman. Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, you messed up that name drop.
Yep. Messed the name drop up.
You and your
speaking
jokes
of-
and name
You know, like in they do like in Us Weekly and People Magazine, where like they're just like us. They've watered their plants and blah blah blah. It's like they need to do that in like some vape magazines.
I think it's about time for that secret code, right?
Okay, what's the secret code?
Why don't we go with name drop?
Oh, I was gonna say Candyman.
Yeah, let's do that
Candyman.
one.
Okay, yeah. So for those who are listening who actually shop online with us, sorry, Indiana and Texas, you can use that code Candyman for 20% off of your purchase at Stogies.
Do not type it 5 times.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
you do.
scary.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He'll get you.
Go to Google. Watch what happens.
So
But-
yeah, in the promo code Candyman, you get 20% off. 20% off any of our juices on our website. There's plenty of good ones. And where's that at? Stogiesnow.com, right?
Yep, Stogies now.
Stogiesnow.com.
Stogiesnow.com. What juice would you get for 20% off? Let me know.
We going with a premium?
Whatever you want.
Okay. If we're going to go with a premium, I'm going to have to say Blueberry Yum Yum. It's
Ooh.
fantastic.
Blueberry
It's,
waffle.
Blueberry waffle. It has almost like a vanilla taste to it on that waffle, so it's almost Belgian style. It's pretty cool. If I had to go with a house blend, you know what? I'm going to go with Josh on this one because I've gone through so many bottles of it already.
What up, strawberry smoothie?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now. All day vape, son. ADV.
What is it? Shop it online. Definitely, I get Wasteland. Wasteland's a blueberry vanilla custard. It's fantastic.
It's delicious.
Yeah,
It's great.
You can get that 20% off. Use that promo code. I'm not going to say it. You know what promo code to use.
If you
We
want-
mentioned it earlier.
If you happen to like the strawberry milk variety, because I know there's a lot that go towards that, I'd also recommend Einstein's Folly.
Yeah.
I like ours a little better.
Einstein.
Yeah. But red versus blue. That's definitely in the house blends. My favorite. That's the strawberry and blueberry cream Danish.
I don't like it.
Really?
It's okay.
I like it a lot.
I'll like hit yours a few times, and then I'm like, okay, that's all I needed.
That's how I feel about Maniac Melon. I like it once or twice.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we haven't mentioned this before, vaping is subjective. Whatever your flavor profile is, I'm sure we can meet your needs. So
Yeah.
stogiesnow.com.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one
You are
that you added.
quite welcome. Off
I
the
guess.
dome.
So I guess that's it, right?
No, let's
You got
go for
anything?
another hour.
I'm down.
60 more minutes.
Yeah, we can talk
you
about
are here
Daredevil.
for the long haul, people.
Yeah, this is
All
the
right,
Daredevil edition. But you can get a hold of me at Rachel Gooch on Instagram and Twitter, and then you can get a hold of the Ohm Sweet Ohm Podcast at Ohm Sweet Ohm Pod on Twitter and Ohm Sweet Ohm Podcast on Instagram. How can they get a hold of you guys?
Well, I mean, they can get a hold of me. I think we talked about this before. It's the Twitters at the twit. No, it's at Stogies Giant.
Okay.
No underscore shit. I keep it simple.
And what about you, Joshua?
I'm on Twitter also, supposedly.
There's this myth.
Yeah.
He just peeks his head in every once in a while and just goes back down.
Yep. Just like I said, be proactive, get involved. I'm never on my Twitter.
Yep.
There's so much hate mail waiting for you.
I know. Okay, I'm getting on it. I'm gonna post something today.
So if you haven't already, go ahead and send some hate mail for Josh to read.
Yep.
At what's your Josh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
send your hate mail to at Stogies_Joshua.
Okay.
Or you can send your credit card numbers. Either one.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Also, you can get a T-shirt at one of our many shops for $14.95. $14.95. When you wear the shirt into the shop, we'll save you 10% off of your purchase. Be sure to not. We don't stack discounts, so be sure not to ask for it because we're just not going to do it.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
not
ask
gonna
for
happen.
it, we'll just slap you in the face.
Also, you better be wearing it. Don't put
Yeah.
it over your shoulder. No gangster shit.
It has to
Josh
be
will make you
on.
wear it.
It has to be on your body correctly. If it's backwards, no, you're just an idiot
We
with
ain't
a backward
crisscross.
shirt. Yeah.
Nope. Jump. I'm sorry.
All right, well, that's it. Until next time. Oh
Later.
wait, yeah, later.
Bye.